Hello people, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to create a skin overlay for the Sims 4, and you can use them in create a sim. And if you don't know what skin overlay is, well, it's basically a mod to like cover up the whole body and make the body more realistic for the Sims 4. And I don't really know how you're watching this video if you don't know what skin overlay is, so let's get into it. Okay, so for creating the skin overlay you need two softwares. First you need the Sims 4 Studio, which I have open right now over here, and then you need Adobe Photoshop. Any version of Photoshop is totally cool. You just need to edit the images. You can use any 2D editor really. I prefer Photoshop because it's much more easier, and well, you can get things done much more things. Well, you get the idea. You can get things done really well in Photoshop. So let's get into it. First there is actually two ways to create the mods. The easiest way really is to download a custom skin mod. You can get them from TSR or pretty much blogs of people. Right now I'm using the skin mod by this is them. It's called Joshua Skin. It's the one I have open right now over here, and there's no crotch, by the way. Don't look at his crotch. We will be editing this one, okay? And you can, if you want, you can get your very own, you can get a create one from scratch. But this method is really easy, because when you create it from scratch you still need to get this image file, okay? The image file of the person. So you need this file, and when you're creating it from scratch you don't get this file, so you have to download it separately. So it's better to get a pre-created mod and then edit it in any way you like. So at the start what we got to do is we got to export the image of this mod. Okay? It's the same image that I just showed you, but just for these tutorials. Shit, I'm forgetting words. Okay, just because I need to show you in this tutorial. Let's just import this, and we will import it to the desktop. Let's name it one. Wait, what am I doing? Oh, I'm sorry. We got to export it. Shit, I forgot my import and export. Okay, so just give it a name, and it's done. And this is the file, and this file we're going to drag it to Adobe Photoshop, okay? And it gets pasted there, and we will just create a copy of this layer just in case it's easier to discard or create errors like in when we do this. So then we need the files of the people who we're going to add into the face, into the face, into the body, whatever. And I know right now this skin is of a guy, but the images I have, you need two images really of any person you're going to add, and the images I have of a girl, of Pretty Cinta, one of my favorite actresses in the whole wide world, and it's her image that we're going to add. And we need two images, one of profile image of her face, the side view of her face, and one looking directly at the camera. And I'll show you why we need these two. First, let's just drag these two into Adobe Photoshop. Let them be there. Okay, so if we zoom in right now onto the face of the mod, okay, at first glance it looks like a normal face where we can just paste the front image and this will be good, but it's not like that way, and I'll show you why. Okay, and the reason for this is because from here to here to here, okay, it's not a perfect square, okay, forgive me. The part I've highlighted is actually the front of the face, and the rest is of the side, including the eye. So it's the eye that you see straight is actually of the eye that you will see on side view, okay? And I will prove it to show it to you even once we created the mod. So right now I'm just going to create a selection of Pretty Cinta's face. We just need only half of her face, because we're going to we're going to flip the image after we perfectly edited it and cover the whole face. So we just do a rough edit here and take a face. I'm panting so much, I don't know why the hell I'm panting so much. So we're just going to transform it, place it here, and yeah, and we just got to shorten it and we got to stretch it out as well. Okay, I think it's okay. And it's not perfect. I'm not going to do a perfect edit because it's going to take like a lot of time if I'm going to do this perfectly. I'm just going to give you the idea of how you do edit, so that way you can create anything you want, and you don't need any help from anyone. Because speaking of help, like I actually taught myself how to create these mods like yesterday, and I had to teach myself it because I couldn't find a single tutorial. Okay, like nobody has created a tutorial how to use Salesforce Studio, so that's why I'm really doing this video in the first place. So anyway, back to it. So we just going to create a clipping mask, and then we're going to use the brush and feather off the edges, that way the skin blends in more well with the base skin that we have already used. It's not perfect, like I told you again. Okay, it's not perfect, so don't go shouting, that's ugly, that's really gross and whatnot. Okay, so we done that, and then we just need to create another layer of it, and we're going to flip it around, flip horizontal, and we're going to just align it perfectly. It's centered, and you can see there's a slight gap. Okay, so we done. Okay, and the face is basically done, but there are some things you got to do, which again, like I said earlier, it's going to take some time, so I'm just going to show you real quick. First I'm going to just save this image. Okay, you got to save it as a PNG file. So we just go to the desktop, and we're going to select PNG, and we just go to save it as something. It doesn't really matter what you save it as. Let's just save it as this DFP specified. Yes. And here's something you got to do. Okay, the compression method, like when you're saving it as PNG, this pop-up box will come when you're using Photoshop. The compression method, it doesn't matter, you can use it as anything, none or smallest, it really doesn't matter, it's just about quality. I would use smallest, but the interlace mode, you got to always select interlaced, okay, because otherwise this transparent section in the background is going to become white, and that will then cause errors in the game, like when you are editing, when you're creating a sim. There's going to be like white borders around here, around some clothes and things. So that was always use interlace and make the background transparent. Okay, keep that in mind, because the first time when I was creating mods, like there was this white line, and I didn't know like what the hell was happening or why it was happening. So anyway, we done that. Okay, and now we go back into Salesforce Studio, and we go to export. We go to add the image we edited into the mod. So we just go to import. We go to the desktop, and it was DFS, and we just going to double click it or hit open, anything, and the image gets imported. It's beautiful, isn't it? Man, that's really so creepy. Okay, so as you can see, the face has appeared, but it's totally messed up. It's because you got to take away the teeth, and you got to take away the eyes, and you got to like perfectly adjust it really into the image, because otherwise it just doesn't work. And like I told you, I'm not going to like be doing that because it's taking too much of time. So I just wanted to show you guys this creepy ass image, because there's a dog barking in the background, by the way. Excuse me if you hear that. So you got to take away the teeth, and you got to take away the eyes. Okay, otherwise it just doesn't work. So we go back, if you want, like back into Photoshop, and I just quickly take away the eyes. And you got to close the eyes too, by the way. So it requires a little bit of skill, requires a little bit of time, patience, and know-how. So delete that and take away the teeth. And done. Okay, as you can see now, the mouth is like really way too high, so we could like do something like this, hit Control T and warp it, and that way we can align it a little bit easier. It's easier done using Liquify, but anyway, so it's done, and now we just hit save as, and let's create a different image. Okay, PNG, it's done. So now we're going to import that back in here, and you see it right now, it looks a little bit better. You see, now there's no eyes, there's no creepy background, there's no creepy teeth, and now you just got to do the placement correctly. And by the way, since we are in Scene4 Studio, I'm just going to like give you an overview of what's in here. First, we got the swatches section. Swatches is basically different types of skin tones that people have added into the package. You can remove it. You don't need to like edit each and every skin tone. So I'm just going to keep one, and I'm going to like delete the rest. So just go remove swatch, and like everything will get deleted. And after that, you can even add more swatches. So let's say you want those creepy ass teeth back, you just go to add swatch and you add the texture to that swatch. I will just show you this. Let's just get rid of all of these. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we done. Now we just go to add swatch, and we'll just check the first one. It's okay, it's okay. Now we go to import, and then we get the first image in DFS image. And see, there's teeth and there's no teeth in this. And this is how actually people create multiple, you know, textures, multiple colors for a skin. And yeah, that's about it. The rest of it is really, you know, not really that important. You get the swatch thumbnail is basically to show you what color the skin is. You like create a similar color to the skin tone. Then we get the catalog thumbnail, and that is to show you a thumbnail of the mod when you are in creator scene. So, and you got to only import PNG images here. So if I just go to import and I go to the desktop, this is a PNG image here, so I just go to add that. And now when I go into create a sim in the Sims 4, this image will be displayed in the skin detail section when I'm browsing for this mod. And yeah, that's really about it. The category section, in this part here, you can define what type of sections this mod comes under. So as you can see here, age and gender flags, it's right now being used for adults, teens, elders, and young adults, and males. Also, you can use it even for females if you add a tick, or you know, you can take away. It's really all up to you. But if you are using like say a skin already made for females, you don't need to really edit any of these. It's not really a big deal, and it's just quite self-explanatory. And yeah, that's about it. Oh, and this is just common knowledge, but you know, you just go to save as, and you got to save your package, and after that we're done. So we just go to the desktop, and this is it. Let's just put it as 1 okay, 1. Okay, so I named it as 1, and the package has been saved, and it's here. And that's really it. After that, you just copy it to your mods folder in My Documents, Electronic Arts, Sims 4, and you are good to go, guys. And yep, so that's really it. And oh yeah, just a few more tips when you're creating a mod. Always remember these things. Okay, one is get rid of the eyebrows, because unless you want those eyebrows specifically, and you're like creating the same like let's say this actress. Okay, I'm creating this actress, so I just want this skin to be used on her, and I don't plan on using it on anybody else. So then leaving the eyebrows on is okay, but if you want to use it on other people as well, then take away the eyebrows as well, because you can create a separate eyebrow. I will like create a video tutorial of that too if you guys want. You can like create a separate eyebrow and use it on any scene, but if you leave it here and then you want to use the skin on any other scene, these eyebrows will be stuck, and you cannot use another custom eyebrow or any other eyebrow, because it will then be like there's 2 eyebrows on this person. So take away the eyebrows. I mean, it's quite easy really. You could use the clone stamp tool and just brush over it really. Do it much more neater than I'm doing it, okay? And it just goes away. Okay, so yeah, get rid of the eyebrows, get rid of everything else, and you know, we could like even use the original lips that were in the background, but that's really irrelevant. I'm right now just doodling over here. Anyway, that's really the end of this tutorial, and I hope you guys learned something from it, and I hope it helps you out like when you're planning to create a skin for Sims and try to get into the modding scene like I just did. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video, and if you have any comments, suggestions, or questions, just leave them down in the comment section, and I will get back to you guys as soon as possible. And that's it. Peace out, guys.